Hi everyone, I hope that you're well, had a nice weekend. I'm just going to make a video for, this is question 6 from exercise 1G. A couple of questions on this, so I'll just go through it bit by bit. Okay, given that 2x squared minus 1 over x squared plus 2x plus 1 is equal to a, which is a whole number, so this obviously goes into this a number of times, plus b over x plus 1 plus c over x plus 1 squared, and then it has a remainder. So we know that it goes in one whole times, then it has a remainder. Find the values of constants a, b and c. Well, first thing I'm going to do is work out what a is, and in order to do that I'm going to divide the numerator by the denominator. So looking at our methods from year 12, but I think we've recapped it recently as well. This is being divided, so I've got x squared plus 2x plus 1 is dividing into 2x squared. Now be careful here, 2x squared minus 1. There's no expression, there's no term, apologies, for something with x, is there? So remember, if that's the case, I have to put in plus 0x minus 1. That's just so it all lines up in a moment. Okay, so I'm going to look. X squared goes into 2x squared. Well, it goes in 2 whole times. Then 2 goes multiplied by this is going to give me 2x squared. 2 times 2x is going to give me positive 4x. 2 times positive 1 is going to give me positive 2. Now I'm going to take those things away. That cancels. 0 minus 4x is going to give me minus 4x. Minus 1 minus 2 is going to give me minus 3. Okay, so that's my remainder. That's my remainder there. So I know that this sum here, 2x squared minus 1 all over x squared plus 2x plus 1 is equal to 2 wholes and minus 4x minus 3, this is my remainder, over the thing that I was dividing it by, x squared plus 2x plus 1. Now the question says it wants it as b over x plus 1 plus c over x plus 1 squared. Well, x plus 1s, that's interesting. Well, what I'm going to do now is I already have my a is 2 because that's 2 wholes, it goes into it 2 wholes. So now I just need to express this fraction in the form b over x plus 1 plus c over x plus 1 squared. So if I have minus 4x plus minus 3, and if I think about it, this factorized is x plus 1 all squared. Now, when I have a repeated root, that's going to give me b, i.e. something over x plus 1 plus something else over x plus 1 squared. Always remember to do that, guys. If we have a repeated root, yeah, that's what we'll do. Right, so now there's 2 different ways in which we can solve this. Well, the first thing that we'll have to do, and this is essentially what I'm going to do, is I'm going to multiply both sides by x plus 1 all squared. Yeah, both sides times x plus 1 all squared. Well, if I times this side by x plus 1 all squared, it's going to give me minus 4x minus 3 equals, well, b times x plus 1 squared divided by x plus 1 is going to give me b lots of x plus 1 plus Well, c over x plus 1 squared times by x plus 1 squared is just going to give me c here. Now, the mark scheme at this point, there's two different ways, and this is important because you can use either method. You can either come up with a value of x that will make your life easy, and that value of x can be anything you want. So in the mark scheme, it says, well, let's just make x equal to -1, because if you make x equal to -1, then -1 add 1, that means this will cancel, and then you can make this x here equal to -1, and then you'll be able to work out your value of c. In fact, I'll do that quickly just so you can see what that will be. Yeah. So if I made x equal to -1, so -4 times -1 is going to give me, -4 times -1 is going to give me +4. Take away 3 will give me 1. Well, if x is equal to -1, I'll have -1 add 1, so that will cancel. And that will just give me c here. So c equals -1. Then when you have c equals -1, you could make x equal to 0 and then do the other way around and work out what b is. Yeah, but again, I've just made it equal to 0, so it makes my life a bit easier because you've now worked out what one of those constants is. I think, and it's good to use a combination of both, so that method is completely fine. But if we remember, during our vectors stuff, and this is a really important, I'm keen for you to understand this way because it's fundamentally important with the vectors questions. If I expanded this bracket, sorry, that's not a bracket. If I expanded this bracket, I'll get bx. B times 1 is positive b plus c. And then if I equated the coefficients, so if I equate the coefficients, let me write that so you can see it nice and clearly. Equate the coefficients. So what have I got? I've got my coefficient of x here is -4. And what's my coefficient of x on this side? Well, it's just b. Therefore, b has to equal -4. And if I just equate my coefficients of x to the power of 0, I guess we could essentially say, or my numbers, I'll have -3 equals b add c. So -3 equals b add c. And I've already just worked out that b equals -4, so I've got -3 equals, and I know b equals -4 because I worked it out a second ago, plus c. Rearrange and we'll get c equals +1, just like we did a second ago when I just made up a number for x and then substituted it in. You can use either method, and I'd get into the habit, it would be good practice for you guys to use both methods. Good way of checking to see whether you've got the correct answer. Okay, now I have that information, I can now write that out. So I knew that a was equal to 2, then plus, well, in this case it would be negative because b was equal to -4 over b is equal to -4 over x plus 1. And then c is equal to +1, so +1 over x plus 1 all squared. Hopefully that helps, guys. Please let me know if it doesn't, or if there's any more questions that you'd like me to go through. Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye.